I mentioned that we saw the collapse of a political party, an important political party and one of the oldest political parties. And the health of the other political parties are also, in my opinion, not very good. So I imagine that many of you will be looking at restructuring your parties or building new ones. And so I give you some information about the structure of a party. In the first place, a political party must have a strategic function which decides on strategy. Secondly, it needs two separate bodies, one to engage in policy formulation and another to engage in the drafting of legislative proposals. Below these two functions, there must be a body that can be called an electoral college. And this electoral college selects people who are suitable to function as legislators and policymakers in parliament, trains them and prepares them to function in parliament. And below this electoral college, there is a large structure consisting of organizers whose task is to publicly advocate the policies of the party and convince the electorate to vote for the party. It is important to understand that it is made very clear to organizers that no organizer will ever be given a ticket to stand for elections. The path to candidacy is through the electoral college. The ability to secure the votes of people is not a qualification to go to parliament. We have seen very clearly how that resulted in serious problems in Sri Lanka. Our parties did not have an electoral college, and every strong man on the streets who could convince people to vote for a particular party clamored for a ticket at the elections, and many of them ended up in parliament, and so that we had a parliament with a large number of criminals as its members. This must never happen again. Those who aspire to function as parliamentarians must have the characteristics suitable for that task and must undergo training before they are put forward as candidates. The leadership of the party, the leader of the party, would probably be the leader of the strategic function, and the strategic function would be made up of people drawn from the policy making body and the body that frames legislature. Members to both of these bodies would have made their way upwards through the electoral college. They may or may not have stood for elections and functioned as parliamentarians in the past. I will not go in detail into the processes that can generate this kind of a structure. But I do recommend that this structure be adopted by political parties if they wish to avoid the kind of situation that has developed on this island.